Hey all, Thanks here, and today we're gobbling up our opponents. The deck is Goblin Cerebro 2. The goal of the deck is to just use a general Cerebro 2 game plan to get things like Cerebro, Mystique, and Blue Marvel to buff up all of our cards like crazy and flood the board with 2 power cards with really good effects. The difference between this version of the deck is that we're using both Goblins. So we have both Green Goblin in the 3-drop slot, as well as Hobgoblin, which has gotten really popular in these Cerebro 2 decks in the 5-drop slot. Now having both of these Goblins really powers up our Daredevil and kind of guarantees that we're going to have one of them on that turn 5 to be able to lock down one of our opponent's locations. And as you're going to see in the highlights ahead, it could be really great. I mean, taking over that 4th spot in a location is really crushing. And if we're already kind of ahead in one of the locations, we're pretty close or already ahead in that location that we got ahead on, we're going to be able to guarantee to win those games. Now, the one downside of this is that it does maybe lower your cube rate a little bit, because when your opponent gets stuck in that situation where they don't have choices, a lot of times they're going to retreat and not finish out games. But I really enjoyed this version. Let's talk about some of the cards. In the 1-drop slot, we just have Iceman and Korg, just 2 incredibly good cards for their great on reveal effects. Daredevil is very important in this deck because we're going to want to play either our Hobgoblin or our Green Goblin on 5 to fill up one of those locations. We have Mr. Sinister and Brood to just get as many 2 power cards in various locations as possible. Scorpion, just a premium 2-cost card that already has the 2 power there. Storm, we need Storm in any Cerebro 2 deck because it has location disruption. Also really good because we can just play 1 or 2 cards there and then buff them up later. Your opponent kind of has to respect you having all these different pieces in like Cerebro, Mystique, and Blue Marvel to bump them up. Blue Marvel has 3 power, but it brings all the other cards up to 2 power, so it is still very important to this deck as well. This deck is a ton of fun. I don't know if it's better than the version without Green Goblin. You know, there's lots of really cool cards you can fit in. Things like, Goose is really great and lots of other options. I also did, if you look at one of my previous videos from about a month ago, a Lockjaw Cerebro 2 that was a lot of fun. But definitely give this a try. I think that Cerebro 2 is in a bit of a rough spot right now. There's so many Shuri Red Skulls and Thanos decks still around. Thanos has the Soul Stone, which really messes with your Cerebro. And then Shuri has Red Skull, which messes with your Cerebro. So Cerebro's in a really tough spot, but I think that Cerebro 2 and Cerebro 3 are going to make a big bump after the next round of changes. As always, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to hit the like button. Please check down below. Make sure you're subscribed. You can subscribe for daily Marvel Snap content. And catch you live at twitch.tv/Banks_plays. Enjoy. There a Brood out. Cards never released with shop rotation. Okay, a classic Patriot versus Cerebro gameplay. Come on, give me a card I can play, please. Okay, the Scorpion's really nice. I think we just fulfill here. We don't have to worry too terribly much. I even go here and then try and prep. No, we probably go here. We're okay with it moving by itself. We want to have a choice for where we drop this Hobgoblin. We want to put them in a bit of trouble for where we drop the Hobgoblin. Maybe the Daredevil here wasn't good, but I guess we'll see what they do. Marvel. Okay. This helps us win left, and then the problem is we're gonna need Korg. We're gonna need the Scorpion to drop here. I think if the Scorpion drops here, we're gonna be okay. If we have Blue Marvel and Cerebro, because they have 1-drops and they're probably gonna try and Ultron us, this helps us win left. I think we're just gonna kind of have to hope that the Scorpion lands middle. So we're gonna play this Hobgoblin left so that we end up winning middle with our own Blue Marvel, because it cancels out their Ultron. then if the Scorpion lands middle, which is a 50-50, I think we're fine. Or we have to top deck Cord. So either have to top deck Cord or have the Scorpion land. Actually, the Scorpion has to land middle, because if it lands left, we're in a ton of trouble to not being able to play this blue marble. Okay, very good. But then I think we're fine. I think we always win this. Our cards start with 2, and they're getting +6. Their cards start at 1, and they're getting +6. We just throw right. We just don't care about right. We're always winning left. They win middle. This could lose them just playing only middle and giving up on right. I think they always have to play the Ultron left, though. They're always playing Ultron left. They always Ultron left. Gotta do quick maths, chat. All about that quick maths. The Mystique would have been kind of bad. Mystique, Squirrel Girl, something, but I think if you have the Ultron in your hand, it's so hard to not play it there. I think they have to play it. GG's. Let's get the Daredevil down. The Mr. Sinister is tempting, but I think getting Daredevil with Hobgoblin in hand is really good. Who's can enter the deck? You'd probably want to cut Green Goblin. I'm not really sold on the Green Goblin. I think it might just be bad, straight up, if I'm being real with you. But we kind of wanted to try out this this kind of Green Goblin idea with the deck. Man's just making lizards. Should have roped in there? That's fine. You just have to realize when someone is acting like that towards you, and you think that they are an a-hole for how they're acting, you just have to be like, well, I don't know, man, they probably, maybe they're having a bad day, you know? Iceman is better early to hit low-cost cards. I think that you're just pretty straight up incorrect, but you're literally allowed to have any opinion that you want. I think that Iceman doesn't really change effectiveness if you play it on 1, 2, 3, or 4. I think it's actually, Iceman gets its most effectiveness when you hit their key cards that they're holding in their hand for later turns. Like their 5-cost cards a lot of times, like their Devil Dinosaurs, Sarahs, Hobgoblins, Blue Marvels that they want to play on 5. But usually later, I think Iceman actually gains a lot of effectiveness. Like against Shuri, you want to hit their Shuri, you want to hit their Red Skull. When they play out all their 1-drops out of their hand, you're more likely to hit those Shuri and Red Skulls and stuff. Now, there's a chance it's wrong. But I personally, from my own, like what I've seen and how I've played, I feel like that's just generally quite good. All right, Red Skull me here. Well, we're gonna see. Let's see. Yeah, Magic, another great hit. Filled, man. Okay. Just Hobgoblin mid and vibe, right? Even if they mess up my Cerebro, I still have enough to beat their armor. Might even snap? Snapping's probably bad. They probably just run if we snap, right? I think they run next turn no matter what after the Hobgoblin, so we might as well snap here. I think they run no matter what with the Hobgoblin. Maybe they're running the Psycho Shuri list though, dude. But I guess if they're running the Psycho Shuri list, they don't turn this off. And we just play Brood Cerebro. When snap, I'm gonna lose. Victory. We will do another Red Skull mid. Okay. How do I lose? People just have like a really hard problem sometimes. People have a really hard time sometimes, like seeing the bigger picture. They think you Red Skull my cards, you're just gonna lose because you lose the Cerebro buff. You have to be aware of everything else that's happening in the game. We're gonna do any tournaments? Not really. We do have an event this Saturday. I'm taking on KM Best. It's Team Binks versus Team KM Best. I was actually just on Alex Casilla's stream earlier. Alex Casilla, another awesome, really awesome streamer. I was just on his stream earlier today. We were planning one of our decks for it, but I have a crack team of non-tryhards going against KM Best team, crack team of tryhards. Wish I could snap a second time. That'd be really nice. Green Goblin in the Space Throne. Absolutely love to see it. Really happy with our snap. Just all around kind of crushing it right now. We just fulfill there, rip the Hobgoblin in Jotunheim. And we're just vibes, man. We're just vibes, man. 2 extra power doesn't win you right. It puts you at 11 and him at 12. I know it doesn't win me right, but it puts us both at 11 and 12. We would have tied the game, David. I actually went over that pretty clearly. I thought maybe I mispronounced. But had we done it the other way, we would have tied, both getting 11 to 12 on the two respective locations. Storm right? Why would I storm right? Can someone explain to me in chat why I would storm right? Opponent literally can't. Oh, I guess they're gonna beast. End the game now? I already ended the game now. Goofy Pong? I disagree. Opponent just can't do anything. Unless I miss Cerebro and Blue Marvel, I suppose. Because I can't play my Hobgoblin. Can they actually win this if they Falcon? I don't think they can. Mysterio can't be plopped in a kill him now. I guess we could miss Mysterio and Blue Marvel, which would be a catastrophe. But the opponent always leaves, right? Iceman hitting the perfect card. It's been that way all night, man. Straight up been that way all night, dude. You are losing. It's very true. Do you think there's psychos and run Blue Marvel in this deck or something? I think they're just probably just realizing they just can't win. No, we definitely can't win. That was like the only way they had a chance. Unless they run like White Tiger. What cards beat us here, chat? White Tiger? Doom? I'd be so mad if they played Dr. Doom right now, dude. I'd actually lose my mind. Hobgoblin, right? I really wish I could. Iceman always hits the cards you're staring at. So true. Doom beats me. I know Doom beats me, but if they're running Doom and their bounce deck, it's freaking me out. Just ran. Yo, it's Paper. Hog. Shout out to Paper, if you don't mind. Piece of shit. Man. Immediately get Wakanda Embassy. It's not the worst. We can fight through Wakanda Embassy here. We can fight through Wakanda Embassy. Not having Korigor Iceman is pretty rough. Dude, if only we had a Necrotia spot. Oh, maybe. Oh, now we need Storm too. Bishop? True before time? It doesn't quite work like that. We just have to hope that we get Storm. Isn't it Crochet? We could have some funny stuff going on. Only had Cerebro Mystique on one? Yeah, unfortunate. Nice Lizard. You shame was already turned off, you piece. Storm me? Oh, let's go. Storm Scorpion into Cerebro top deck actually isn't that shabby. You do need exactly a Cerebro top deck though. Blue Marvel, maybe we can make this work as well. I feel like they can get over the top left, right?
Aid my hand.
Even Cerebro Mystique is a bit spooky here. I think they just get over top left. They might have to respect Cerebro Mystique though. And then fight for right, and then we blow them out with this. We'll see. We'll let it ride. They just play giant card left, we just lose. Losing to Darkhawk? I think we're fine with Darkhawk if it goes right. I think we can outpace him right. Darkhawk Mystique though, definitely not. Darkhawk Rock Slide, we don't beat. Yeah, almost always get over us left here. Oof. You always play the Enchantress here, right? They were trying to psycho beat out my Cerebro Mystique. That was a cheeky play, but I think that Enchantress left, it might make more sense to turn off the Lizard. But what they were trying to do, Chad, is they were trying to blow out playing Cerebro Mystique middle. I don't know. Opponent did not retreat later. You don't retreat later on turn 6 when it's, especially if it's a close game, your opponent is thinking about retreating. You're just giving him free cubes, man. Just giving him free real estate, bro. Storm right, Brood right, feels good. We have our Daredevil set up. Westview's fine. We'll be playing Dino Hawk. Be a beautiful thing. Ah! Oh no! What do you think, chat? 6 power. Opponent just could have Darkhawk. Opponent has Darkhawk, we're toast. But if opponent has Darkhawk, they could play it left. Probably play it right. Opponent never has Darkhawk. You're a piece. Sarah, we win these. We win these! Dude, Westview TVA, the most terrifying games you'll ever play, man. I'm a big fan of not leaving them ahead of lane. I think that's just a philosophy that I think rings very true to winning most games of Marvel Snap. If you fight to win all 3 lanes, you're gonna be in a good spot. Opponents hate District X, and I kind of like it, so we're gonna snap on them. What's that, Reality Stone on TVA? Yeah, I've had a couple of those, man. They're crazy. TVA is terrifying, dude. The scariest location to happen. Opponent might have like stones in their hand, which is really, really strong. You know, double Hobgoblins, Pog. Have our 8 power cards over on the Ricky. What's the build goal today? Got C2? I mean, it could be Mario Monday. I've hate that. I have a hard time fitting in variety. We could maybe fit in a run though. Actually, I was not thinking about doing it, but now you've made me think about doing it. Chat. 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 Ooh, I have 2 hobgoblins and I should have played the fake hobgoblin. I absolutely should have played the fake hobgoblin, dude. Do you see what I see? When he expects the Galactus in Cerebro 2, so true. Come on, Captain. Furiously trying to figure out his plays. Yeah, man. He already uses Cosmo too. He already uses Galactus counter. Oh no! Why'd you play 2 cards middle, you piece? Patos needs a second Cosmo. You coward! We can like Cerebro and a Mystique Iceman might be our best play here. I really like our spot that we're in though. Them having nothing on Kiln yet. Tanks, we can Iceman Cerebro and a Mystique, maybe another 1-drop that we don't have in the deck. Snapping. I should put all our cards on the table. I don't think we have to worry about that too much. And just Typhoid Mary, Sentry versus Leech Sandman. Oh, I don't know what you mean. No, you're fine, Morgan. I'm just kind of explaining like how thought process with stuff like that goes sometimes. How it can come off. Yeah, just this Darkhawk isn't going to be enough, my dude. So much power output here. Even if they get all the rocks in the world. Maybe yeah, even with like Doom and stuff, man, they're just toasted here. Maybe go Goblin Daredevil this turn. You go Goblin left. Goblin left, Daredevil right. Slam into like Brood something. Maybe even Brood left if this isn't a very strong card. An okay strong card. I don't know if we could beat 12. Either pressure 18. I think this is better. We pressure 6 here, we pressure 12 here. Because this gets us an extra body. So we're pressuring, they need 12 power here. They need 6 power here. I don't think there's a set of 2 cards that can do that for them. They're out of things that can run here. Is there ever a world they Odin left? No, I think they just run. I think they have to run. Can't imagine they can stop this much pressure. Wait, does Odin left win? Like crazy? Does Odin left actually win in the game? No, because we'll still win right. Odin left would send the Goblin over, add 2 rocks, which is kind of crazy. Skillmonger's scary, but not quite enough. I did not think about Skillmonger. That was a spooky play. Did we make the right play there? We would have won either option that we chose, so. Anyway, I was not thinking about Skillmonger at all, though. Interesting inclusion, this Dino Hawk list. Skillmonger. Why knew Zabu's so good in Mr. Negatives, because now it can replace Psylocke as your Mr. Negative initiator. I feel Goose is a super good card in this deck. So we have 2 cards that Goose refutes, and I've been using the word refute a lot today. Have you guys noticed how many times I've used the word refute? It's like my new word. It messes with Hobgoblin and Blue Marvel, so it's just like a bit annoying. But also like we're trying to do this Green Goblin thing. Like you could probably cut the Green Goblin for Goose pretty easily. Probably makes the deck better. But we're just trying something a little bit different. Trying something a bit different today, chat. Storm? Storm seems good. Mr. Sinister. What's going on here? There must be. It's like a Thanos bounce? It's a Thanos bounce list? Fuck you. Alright, I mean, it actually kind of like fundamentally did the exact same thing that Storm would have done. What do you think, chat? What are the odds they play left? I think if they play left, they're playing a destroy card. I think if they're played left, they're playing a destroy card here. And they could also just leech us. But if they're playing left, I think they're 100% of the time they're playing a destroy card. Oh, guess who can't do anything the rest of the game? Our poor opponent. Unfortunate for you. I have to go ahead and hit that pass turn button. I just want to make sure I don't mess up and lose this. Snap? What are you guys talking about? Rank 10 chat telling me to snap when my opponent literally can't do anything. We lulled him into a false sense of security. He's... I think they just didn't believe me, chat. Wakanda Embassy. Dude, every time we've gotten Wakanda Embassy, we've full missed on everything. Are we just C4 now? Oh, we can use Shuri's Lab. This actually might be a fine. I think this might be okay. Nice bluff from the opponent with less than 20% chance to draw. Yeah, I mean, it's just tough. I mean, if they just like snap right away, they're just like expecting you to be like, oh my gosh, they drew hella. I don't know, man. This is an interesting choice. Interesting choice. I do like the idea of not playing anything. Like, because they probably could have won if they played anything. If they played whatever they drew right, they probably would have won, right? Instead, they just chose to play nothing, which I kind of respect. Now look at this shit, chat. Look at this shit. We're keeping everything at 4. All the current token Tuesday prices are worth? What does worth mean? What does worth mean? Worth doesn't mean anything. You can look up on like Marvel Snapzone and stuff. They have breakdowns of comparative value for certain things. That might help you. But no one can tell you what something's worth other than yourself. Most important thing to remember. Okay. Send a -6 power Goblin their way. Yeah, we're Cerebro 4 right now, actually. We're just straight up Cerebro 4. Hopefully they play 2 cards here. That'd be really nice. They don't play 2 cards, we might be in a bit of a tiff. Is there a chance they fill? I think there's 0 chance they fulfill. But I could be wrong. I think if they fulfill middle, then they only have 1 spot left with flooded. Can't imagine they fill here. I'd be very, very surprised is what I would say. If they play 2 cards, then we just win, right? Pretty much on the spot. There's a Panther Zola deck. They might send the goblins back. Well, they might get the goblins stuck too, you know? Pretty good. Pretty good. We actually almost can't win, which is crazy. But opponent literally can't play any cards, so guaranteed. GG's. Zeus will send the Gobby back. I'm gonna guess you meant Odin. And if they Odin the Hobgoblin, it would not send it back. It would send it back. That's like my bit that I do. If they Odin on a Wong lane, it would send it back and then send it back again. Make sure to subscribe. Watch that one too.